Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ricky Davis with Ever Real Enterprises back again. Hope you're having a blessed day. Today, I want to talk a little motivation and inspiration. And the topic of today is trusting yourself. So, just jumping into this, yeah. Drop my microphone. Okay. No, seriously. So jumping into this, a lot of people they struggle with trusting themselves, and I'm saying that from a personal place because there's been plenty of times where I lack trust in myself, especially with endeavors or whatever it might be. And I do have a few things that I've done that have allowed me to gain trust and build trust with myself. I personally believe that all things worthwhile, all things that have any kind of significance in life to achieve and get to those things, I think there has to be a strong sense of self in order to do that. So my first thing, very first before anything, is God. I'm a spiritual man. I believe in Jesus Christ. And without him, reaching goals or attempting to accomplish things in life have been extremely difficult. Now, I have been able to achieve things or get and go to places and do some of the things that I have desired to do, but they have been at some kind of loss, some way, somehow. However, when I am in tune with God and when I am seeking him, those things that I desire, those things that I am pushing or pressing towards, they seem to fall in my lap almost. You know I'm working towards them, but the way that they come about are just, it's almost poetic. It's almost poetic the way that things manifest when you are pursuing God. So first and foremost, I just need to make sure that's clear. I'll give you an example. So a little history with myself. I'm a poet. I'm a poet at heart. I started writing poetry around the age of 16. And poetry essentially saved my life, being able to express myself and vent. The poetry transitioned into music when I found recording music as an artist. College roommate showed me a recording session one time. I recorded and I fell in love with it because it became poetry that played back to me. And I love this, and I pursued, since that time, I pursued music for like a decade. And then it became really serious to me, and I thought that was the path which I was to take because I was so in love with the process of writing music, which was ultimately always poetry. But I put everything into it, everything. I mean, like, for real. Each year I was spending, 10 to 15 G's a year on music, from studio recording to music videos, flyers, going to different events, clothing. I mean, everything, right? And I was seeing little progressions. But for the energy and the time which I was putting in it, it was not coming back. And I'm talking about a decade of time now. This wasn't a short period of time. I was really grinding. All of the events, the ATL record pools, the A3C festivals, I was going to all of them, right? And so when it came to a point where, a fork in the road, I had to make a decision with what I was doing. I was in school and I couldn't record or perform the way I wanted to because of the time and things. So I had to take a hiatus to pass school. And so I was like, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to write music. And during that time where there was silence and I was asking for clarity because I was so hurt that I couldn't drive and push my music the way I wanted to, God reminded me, right? He didn't just tell me, he reminded me in 2008 when I graduated from college that I wanted to start a company. And I knew the name. I didn't know what the company would be. I thought it was going to be something around music that allowed other people to record, or we would be a production house, but it was Ever Real Productions was the name of it. And I felt like, when I blow up, I'm going to get this company. We're going to blah, 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 whatever. We'll figure it out. And that was the dream, right? And totally forgot all about that. So when he reminded me, start a video production company was how it was said to me. That was weird because I had never filmed. I had never been behind the camera. I was always in front of the camera. However, during all those years of shooting videos and things for my own music, I was always directing the videos. I was writing the treatments before I even knew what a treatment was. I was really writing detailed treatments, storyboards and things. And I would give it to people who had the camera. I'm like, hey, I need you to shoot this, right? And they would do what they would do. And we would get what we would get from that. And so producing it, I really gained a passion for actually producing videos and things of that nature. And so I was like, well, I know I can produce it. I know I can create a treatment, but I don't know how to film anything. But it was very clear to start the video production company. So I started trying to get my hands on cameras. Ultimately went out and bought a camera. Didn't know what I was doing with it at all, but I just immediately went into self-teaching mode. And I learned how to shoot the camera. And ever since then, I've been doing that. And I kid you not, the whole point of all of that is, that I have gained more, not only knowledge, if you want to talk money, I have gained clientele, recognition in a little 2-year period of time, more than I did in the whole decade, when I just slowed down and listened to God. In film, what it has allowed me to do, it has allowed me to exercise all of the gifts that I have always had. I've always been a great poet. At least I think I've been a good poet. A storyteller is what I am at heart. And now, not only do I get to continue to tell stories creatively, I get to help people tell their story. I get to help people get to where they're going. And there's nothing like that feeling, to satisfy what you desire and then help people achieve what they're chasing. Trusting in God, that's how you can immediately and rapidly get to where it is that you desire to be. So now, number 2, what I believe that is going to allow you and help you to trust self is literally spending that quality time with self. And I mean, start something simple. Like some people, if you already trust yourself, or if you think you trust yourself, challenge yourself to trusting yourself. And this is something small, something simple. I remember in college when I had my first apartment, like, did I leave the lights on? And I would do that, like, really questioning, right? And yes, I did. I cut those lights off. I didn't leave them on. I cut them off. I know I cut them off because I remember when I did that. And those little things, spending time with self, right? Learning who you are, learning what you like, learning what you don't like. That's going to allow you to build that trust. I think trusting self is like trusting somebody else. You don't immediately do it. It takes time. You have to go through things with other people to put yourself in that position to trust them. And then you just kind of foster that love and foster that trust for self. And when you begin to do that, you stop questioning. You stop doubting because I trust that I'm going to do that. I know I'm going to get it done, right? I know I can do it because I've done it before. And if I haven't done it before, this was similar, right, that I've done in the past. And therefore, I'm going to just translate that learning and teaching to this, and I'm going to get it done because I trust myself to do that. And that's how that begins to happen. Spending time with self, rather, by far is one of the, I think, people overlook that. A lot of people, they want to just be around other people, which numbers do make you strong. But before I try to get around a group of people, I want to make sure that I'm good with me. And this is an ongoing thing. I haven't always done this. So, period, like today, like when I'm going through things and things are, in shambles, or I'm not feeling the vibe, if you will, first I check with God, right? Am I good here? Right? And then I check me. Okay. Am I good here? What are we doing? Are you keeping your promises to yourself? Are you trusting self that way? And once I've done that and I'm good here, then I know I can move forward and I can approach whatever it is in my life. I can approach it with an open heart and an open mind. Those are some definitely key tips that have allowed me to move forward at a rapid pace. And you keep sharpening that, and you can continue to, grow exponentially. And I think that's the goal. I think everybody would desire to grow exponentially. In closing, I really hope this helped you out. If it has in any way at all, please leave a comment, share how it might have helped you. If it has helped you in any way, please go ahead and click like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the channel more. And lastly, man, just trust yourself. Definitely just go out there and do what's on your heart and do it full throttle, And I hope this helped you out, guys. Again, man, stay tuned and keep it real. All right, peace.